Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Naginata, or in my case, the Naginata 3. So the number after the name is the tier of the vessel. The higher the number, the better the stats of the vessel. Aesthetically, regardless of the tier, the ship will always be the same. So an example is this tier 3 has a B-class reactor with 35 power. Whereas a tier 2 might have a reactor with 30 power, and then a tier 1 could have a reactor with 28 power. So aside from that, the ship is aesthetically the same. So it's quite an interesting looking ship. I don't believe it's like a very Deimos vessel. It's got some Hope Tech pieces there, but a lot of Deimos. I don't know if it's based on something or if something is based on it. It used the Deimos Bridge, which is a really, really cool bridge. I believe that's the Deimos Bridge. Actually, there's... I believe one of the Crimson Fleet ships is based on this. But anyway, so it's got a fuel at 200, which is kind of low for a ship this big. Like, don't get me wrong, that's a decent amount of fuel, but... I mean, you might need a little bit more, just because of how big it is. It's got a hull of 1127, which is really, really good for a B-class. Anything above 1,000 is just nice to have. When your shields drop, you got a bit of health to play around with. It's got a cargo capacity of 1450, which is, again, quite decent. Not amazing, obviously, but it's not bad either. And then we've got a B-class reactor with 35 power, which is really, really good. The highest B-class reactor in the game, I think, is 39 power, so we're only 4 off. Crew of 5, which is, again, quite good for a ship of this class. It's got a jump range of 29 light years, which is really, really good. 1 light year off of max. Very low shields, though. Shields of 340. Those shields are not good. It's got 3 sets of weapons. It's got laser, ballistics, and missiles. So it's got those 2 lasers mounted on those top little spines. It's got the ballistic mounted on the starboard side underneath the winglet, and then the missile on the other side. So this ship cost me 288,920. Now that price will vary depending on which tier of the ship you buy and if you have specific perks. I'm paying less because I have specific perks. Now I found this ship here at the Aquila Ship Service Technician. Here we are in Aquila. Let me show you. Aquila City is on the planet Aquila in the Cheyenne system. Here's Cheyenne here, there's Nari, and there's El Centauri. So if you come here and it's not here, best thing to do is to fast travel to, or land on Mercury. Wait 24 hours in your ship, and then that will have reset every vendor's inventory in the game, and you just come back here and try again. Yeah, we're going to really quickly jump to the usual spot and do a showcase and then a teardown. Alright, so here we are in the usual spot. As you can see, it's quite an unusual looking ship. It kind of has the it reminds me of like the Star Trek vessels. Now that's mainly because it has like the bridge at the front, and that's all that's really going on. And the bridge is also kind of level. It's quite sleek though. I quite like the design. It's got those little kind of like spines in the offset left and right, and then it's got the bigger spine in the middle. Well, we're going to enter as I try not to break my legs. Entry at the back. Now, that wouldn't be the ideal way to enter. Why didn't they flip this around? Can you not flip them? I probably would have flipped it. I mean, it's not bad, but you can't go that way. You have to basically go under the massive landing gears. Bit of a weird design, but okay. Anyway, we enter through the Deimos cargo hold. Gonna climb up it. Pray I don't get lost. Okay, so immediately, Sam, can you back up a bit? Thank you. Okay, so we got entryway into a 1x1 storage room. We've got the docking port access above it, which is really, really nice. And then first room here, ooh, we have a battle room, I think. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a CIC. combat information center. We got some storage here. We got a lot of area for like your crew to like do their job. Some terminals. It's really, really nice. Got some lockers there, and then we have this in the middle. I really love this navigation console. And then if we we take the right here. This leads us to an armory. Very nice. Okay, we've got a lot of weaponry here. Got a lot of weapon cases. So if you need to store some stuff, it's nice to see. I don't know if I'd necessarily put it directly here. I mean, maybe if the bridge crew need to grab a weapon. And then if we keep going past here, man's just like squatting. We have a captain's quarter. Okay. Oh, this is a Deimos captain's quarter. Look at that. That bed is not very comfy. So we got a little bed here. We've got eating area, a table and 4 chairs. Got a toilet there with a little bit of a shower. Is there a shower? Is that one-dimensional? No, it's not. Okay. I don't know where the water would come from though, but anyway. And we've got another one of these navigation terminals. And then we've got a little kind of like a corner desk, but it's not. And then if we take this door here, we have an engine or computer core room. Which again, it's pretty nice. I quite like this. Extra crew. We've got some jump seats there for if your crew want to strap in. We'll have to make an emergency landing. Got some more lockers here. Nice, nothing in them, but. And then over here we have I believe this is an all-in-one berth. Might be living quarters. We'll see at the end. Got toilet here. Got 2 bunk beds there, 2 more bunk beds there, and then we have this works, the galley, so you can cook your food, which is quite nice. Then we got some chairs. And then someone put the weights right there. It's very dangerous. And then we'll check in there in a minute if we come back. We won't check in anywhere. Is this where I was? Yeah, okay, this is where I was going. Okay, cool. Then through this door we have another 1x1 storage room. And then we have the pièce de résistance. We have the bridge. Now this bridge is really, really cool. So you've got the command console here, the navigation console. Got nice views there. You can like walk up here. Really, really cool. You can see an awful lot, which is kind of interesting because like this is like a Deimos bridge, and it seems more like an exploration vessel bridge with like the amount of view you can see. And then we've got the pilot seat there, and we've got a co-pilot seat to our right there. And then we have a couple of jump seats here, but like we don't have a lot of seats for the actual crew to like do tasks, although we do have jump seats here. It's like you can have like your security officer sitting there, but as for like crew workstations, maybe, I don't know, maybe this ship is quite autonomous. I mean, it would make sense with like a ship like this. So that's, I believe that's it. I'm just going to do a double check because I don't want to forget something. So we got the computer core room, got the all-in-one berth, got the captain's quarters, armory, CIC. Yeah, that is everything. Okay, so we're going to take it up, see how she performs, and then we'll do a teardown and see if we can modify it at all. Any customizations? Cora, are you going to be my co-pilot for today? Does she actually sit? That'd be kind of cool if she sat down. Do your crew sit down while you're just kind of vibing? Just want to see if I can see in the window. No, I can't see in the window. Anyway, so we're going to take this off. So it's got a decent reactor for what it's currently rocking, but then it is rocking some lower end quality stuff. All right, so we've got a lot of lifting thrusters, which makes sense. We've got those big engines. Right, so as always, I have a perk that increases my power by 5. But currently, we can't use all of our power, so yeah. So we have like, just in this current configuration, we have like 11 power to play around with. Weapon-wise, we've got those 2 lasers, single ballistic weapon there, the cannon, and then we've got missile pod there. We'll do a quick speed test. Looks like we're getting a base speed of 140, which is not bad. Boost speed of 520, which again, pretty respectable. Even though it's a B class, it feels like quite a large ship. We do a quick pitch test. It seems slow, but I don't think it is. Yeah, that was quite fast. That was like probably like a 7. And then the yaw seems a bit slower, but it's like it's probably like a 7 too. And then we'll do a roll. It rolls surprisingly well. Alright, so we're going to head down to the planet now and do a teardown. Alright, so here we are in the teardown. So we have split it into 3 sections. So the only habitat module on this is the 110 DP Docker top from Deimos. And then we have the Aurora 13G Grav Drive from Deep Core. This is a B class. It has a max power of 10 and it has a max grav jump thrust of 33, which in the current configuration gives us 29 light years. And then if we check the weapons next, we have a Torch P250 megawatt UV pulse laser light sight, B class, 1500 range. It has 5 fire rate, does 25 shield damage, and has 4 max power. The shield here, we have the Deflector SG-10 shield generator from Sexton Shield System. It's an A class, 3 max power, 340 max shield health, 10% regen. So this is a very low shield, considering it's like an A class. It is one of the first A class shields you can get. Now I'd recommend a better shield straight off the bat, so there's a couple of ways you can go about this. So if you've completed the Vanguard questline, you can get the Vanguard Bulwark shield generator. It's a B class. It requires 12 power and it's 1450. Doesn't require any perks, so you can slap this down instead. Okay, yeah. And then you could also go the route of potentially, if you haven't done the Vanguard questline or you want the best shield available. Is it here? Let me see if it's here. It's one of these ones. There it is here. So the 28T Defender shield generator, it's B class, 12 power. This is the best shield generator in the game for this tier. Now it does require 12 power, it gives 1500. It requires you to have Starship Design 4, and I believe you have to be like it's either level 30 or level 60. I did a video recently about like the best shield generators. This is the best B shield generator. So yeah, you could potentially go with that. And then for the, we'll get back to these in a few minutes. So then for the engines, we have a pair of these Hercules DT160 engines from Panoptes. They're B class. They have 3 max power, 24,300 engine thrust, 4650 maneuvering thrust. So they're pretty beefy engines. I'm going to check if there's a higher tier of these engines. Let me see, engines. Okay, cool. So which ones are we using? Okay, so this is using the best engines, which is good. That makes sense. Right, and then as for the aesthetic pieces, so we have 3 of these Deimos Spine A, 4 top. So 3 of them, 1 on each side, and then 1 in the middle. And then in the middle here, we have a Deimos Cowling 4, a Deimos Hull A, another Deimos Hull A. And then on each side, we have 2 of these Deimos Spine B, 1 there, 1 there. And then we have 2 of these Deimos Spine D4, there and there. Then we have 2 of these Spine F4s, there and there. 2 more Deimos Hulls, there and there. And then we have the Spine A4, there and there. And then on the back here, we have 3 of these Hope Tech Nose B aft. Now, if we go to the middle of the vessel, we have the DS30.1 Ares Bridge from Deimos. 300 cargo, gives a crew capacity of 8, which is really, really nice. And then behind that, we have the Shroud 1x1 companionway. We have a Shroud 2x1 computer core, an all-in-one berth B, a captain's quarters 2x1, an armory 2x1, a battle station 2x2, and a companionway 1x1. Now, the only thing this is really missing, See, you could keep the battle station. I think the battle station looks really cool. Although what I'd probably do is I would swap these around. So what I would do is I would pull this here, put the battle station there so it's connected to the bridge. And then you can have your computer core room there. And then this all-in-one berth. Now what I personally do is, this is just me, I'd remove the armory and I'd move the all-in-one berth to there. And then I would place a habitat. I would place a Shroud 2x1 workstation right here. So that way when you come up immediately, you can have the workstation just so you can customize your stuff. Now, the reason I got rid of the armory is because I don't usually store stuff on my ship, and I kind of want to have my crew to have somewhere to stay. But if you don't care about your crew, you could put the armory back. But yeah, that's just a configuration I would kind of, I would recommend. Let me just put it back where it is so we can continue with our... Come on. There you go, nearly. Nearly. There you go, perfect. And then at the back here, so we have the Z Machine 400 reactor from Am & Done. It's a B class, 35 power. I believe there is a better reactor. I think the better one is 39 power. Let me see here. Reactor. Where are you? So, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. This one here. This is the 104DS Mag Inertial Reactor. It's B class, 39 power. It requires you to have Piling 3, though, which is the same, and Starship Design 4. It's the same perks. The only difference is this. I think this is like level 59 you unlock this. So you get an extra 4 power, which is good, but it's nothing like groundbreaking, If you're pumping out the weapons on it, by all means, slot this in its place. Yeah, and then we have storage options. We have a single Caravel V104 cargo hold, gives us 550 cargo. And then we have two of these M30 Ulysses HE3 tanks. We've got 100 jar fuel here and here. And then for weaponry, underneath, God, this is really skinny. We've got an Atlatl 280B missile launch from Lightside, B class, 4,800 range, fire rate of 1, 148.04 hull and shield damage, max power of 4. And then if we go over here, we have the Mauler 107L autocannon from Horizon Defense. It's B class, 960 range, fire rate of 5, hull damage of 25, and it requires 4 power. And then for the aesthetic pieces, we have two of these Deimos wings. We have a starboard and a port wing. And then we have two of these wings B. We've got a port wing there and a starboard wing there. And then we've got the wing C starboard, wing C port. And then at the back here, we just have one of these Hope Tech nose B. And then at the middle of the ship, we have the Deimos landing bay here, which is the only habitat module. For the landing gear, we have two of these NG-20 landing gear wide from Nova Galactic. They have 4 thrust each. And then we have 2 more of these NG landing gear. Again, 4 as well. And then we have 2 of these 4 landing gear. So we've them landing gear. And then we have another landing gear here, an Accu Lander 11 landing gear from Shroud Eklund. Gives 2 landing thrust. And then we have 2 more storage options here. We have 2 of these Caravel V102 cargo holds, 1 each side. They both give 300. And then for the aesthetic pieces, we have a Deimos Belly 4, 2 Deimos Hull A's, and a Deimos Belly Aft. Yeah, you can flip this. What the hell? Why did they flip it? I'm so confused. Anyway, so we're going to put it back together, and then we're going to come up with some modifications. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this. Yes, see? Instantly better. Now you don't have to climb under engines. Now the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to increase the shield. So this is a very weak shield. So we're going to go for a better shield. So if we go to shields, I'm going to go with this bad boy here. 1500. You know what? I'm going to go with this shield just because it's like easier. It's easier to hide. Like so. And then for weaponry, I'm going to take the weapons off because I'm not a huge fan of the current configuration. Now, on a vessel like this, it kind of screams, give me turrets. So we're going to do that. So what we're going to do is, if it'll let me, we're going to go into turrets. And like I've said in previous videos, with turrets, generally speaking, you want particle turrets, just because particle can damage both. So we're going to go down to the B. And we have 2 particle turrets to choose from. We have the PV100 neutron beam and the disruptor. Now I'm going to go with the disruptor just because I feel like it fits the aesthetic a little better. Now we put a turret there and a turret there. I think that looks quite nice. Now we could also put them here at the end if you wanted to. Just trying to think. So you don't want to go overkill with the turrets, you know. I think we'll just put 2 there for now. What about back here? Let me see. Can I take this? Will you snap there? No, you won't snap there. Okay. Put that back there. These 2 turrets will have good sight lines. They can basically pivot all directions. They probably can't look very far back, but you don't need to worry too much about that. We're going to put these here. And then, let me see. So those 2 turrets, if we just configure the power real quick. I always put my turrets on Y, which is the weapon slot 2, or 3, technically. Now, if I did have, there's like a tile piece, it's called a tile, I don't know what it's, I can't remember what it's called, but it looks something very similar to, let me show you. It pretty much looks like a porthole, but it's got metal on it, and you can like snap, you can snap it to like say there, and you can place stuff on it. Now I'd probably snap one, oh yeah, see, right there would be perfect spots for them turrets. Alright, give me a second. We're going to make a quick jump just because I want to use those pieces because I feel like they'd be perfect. Alright, so we made a quick trip to Neon and we have the piece we're looking for. So these pieces, they are phenomenal for snapping. So just to show from before. So let me delete these weapons and we'll put them back. So initially when I was trying to put down the turrets, it won't snap to... Where did they come back up? Did I pass them? No, I didn't pass them yet. Watch them not have those turrets now. Really, you don't have the turrets? God damn it. Okay, so it doesn't have the turrets I was initially using, but we'll use these ones here. Or will we use, let me see, that wise. 5 damage, 16.79. Oh yeah, no, these ones are way better. Okay, we'll go with these. So like I can't snap this to there. But if I put one of these down, I can snap to there. See? And I just think like I think it aesthetically, like it looks really good because it looks like this is meant to house a turret. So you've got your 2 turrets there like so. And then these are probably 4 power. Yeah, they are 4 power. Now you can, I'd slap another one potentially. Let me see here. You know what, actually? Let me move this back. And I'd put a 3rd turret there, so I basically move this back a little bit. And I'd put a 3rd turret there. Now, I would recommend when you come and pick up these pieces, these structural pieces here, I'd probably go back to New Atlantis and get the other turrets. Just because on paper, like, they're lower stats, but the power is what kind of matters more to me. Like, if you're playing on very hard, you want more damage, obviously. Whoops, I just kicked my microphone. But if you're playing, like, medium or, like, you know, normal, I don't really worry too much about the power. So, yeah, that's what I do for your turreted weapons there. Now, having turreted weapons is nice, but sometimes you want to shoot stuff, so we're gonna do that too. So we can, if you want to be super overkill, you can either use these these PB-30 electron beams here, or if you have the Vanguard quest line, you can do the Vanguard ones. I'm going to use these ones for now. And we're just going to strap a couple underneath. We'll tuck them in there. Like so. I think, can we... Is there a spot to tuck one under the bridge? No. And then we don't... See, I don't want to put one there, because we don't want to, like, mess with the sight line. No, that'll mess the sight line of the... I mean, we could do 4, 2 on each side if you wanted to. A bit overkill. Things are going to die before your turrets can even shoot it. Yeah, so that... Now onto the reactor, because our current... let me actually... Yeah, so we're going to assign this to... like I said, I usually assign my turrets to weapon slot 2. And then we're going to assign... Oh, no. Yeah, and then we're going to assign the electrons. So that's the current weapon configuration. Now, what I'd probably do, so your reactor and stuff here, so you've got this one, this is 35. We're going to see if there is a 39 here. There's probably not going to be, because Neon doesn't ever have anything what I want. Neon, you really let me down? God damn it, Neon. Yeah, Neon does not have the one I want. What is this one? Yeah, Neon doesn't have it, but the other one does. So yeah, so what I would do is, what is this? It's a companionway 1x1. Okay, cool. So, I mean, weapon-wise, you're pretty much set. Now, for the fuel, what I'd do is, just because this looks a bit... I'd remove these here, these Ulysses tanks. And I will replace them with fuel tanks. So these ones here. So you've got a couple there. You've got the M1, the 40, and then the 50. I'm going to use the 50. That'll basically give us 500 fuel, which is quite a nice amount of fuel. And it also kind of rounds it out there a little bit, gives it a bit more like depth. So it's not as, yeah. And then we're going to try, like, storage isn't too bad. Actually, we're going to work on the engines, because currently our engines are a bit lacking. Do we have another pair of these? Okay, we do. Interesting. Okay. What are you trying to snap to? Okay, so now there's two ways you could go about this. So, as you might have noticed there, when I tried to snap the... Oh, whoops. When I snap this down, it does little merge. So basically we get like double engine. Now some people may not like that, which is fair, understandable. But it is an option. You could basically just like double snap them there. And then with this one, it doesn't have a snap point, so you would have to remove this and potentially replace it with a larger cargo. Do we have a larger cargo there? Something big. Like something like that there. Yeah, perfect. So if we replace the cargo by that there, by adding a galleon, you can then just snap 2 down, and then that basically doubles your engines. Now some people might not like that, because the thing is, it looks fine. It doesn't clip, like it clips, but like it's not noticeable when you fly. But if you weren't a fan of that, I would still go with that upgrade for this. You want to add a little bit more engine power because it's pretty heavy. So we'll see what we can do. So do we have any... Ooh, potentially. Hold on now. A couple of these SA-43 engines. What are you doing? Why are you snapping there? So we could do with these engines. Let me... Perfect, actually. Okay, so you can add these 2 engines here. Just they kind of like fit aesthetically. They're like, like tucked away a little bit. Pretty, I'd say, yeah, they're pretty decent engines. And then our jump range is a little low, so we're gonna see if we can upgrade. So this is the, this is the 13G. We need a 14G, so let's go with the grav drive. What was this, an A class or B class? B class, no, okay. Watch, you're not going to have the B class. Wait, this is 14G? What is this? I think that might be the best B class. Let me check. No, there's 36. Perfect. Was this 33? Okay. So we can swap this out. So this is the Aurora 13G one. It gives us 33, but if we swap it out and replace it, we get 20. Wait, what were we getting before? Yeah, so we get an extra 2 jump drive, which is, you know, it's not 30, but I don't know why it's in the red, because 28 is really, really good. And we'll snap that there. Like so. That looks slightly funky, but it's not that problematic. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, you can add like aesthetic pieces, obviously, but like in the current power configuration, we've got some decent. So yeah, that's just some how I'd like upgrade it if it was up to me. Now, obviously, you can go about it completely different. This is just some suggestions, but I feel like the turrets look quite well. Maybe not those ones, like I said. I'd probably use the other ones just because they fit more. They're also smaller. The thing about these turrets, it kind of bothers me. They all use the same little kind of pivot thing, but they don't actually have a thing, like it's just floating. I don't know if it uses magnets, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so let me know what you guys think of this ship, if you guys have flown it, and also if you have flown it, have you like kept it stock, or have you upgraded it, or kind of made it your own? And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and also check out some of my other reviews. Bye bye.